So today I'm rejoining the Touring Not Boring channel. We've not been on holiday for 7 months on the caravan, and today we've come to the old post office at Santon Bridge, Cumbria. It's a site on the west side of Cumbria, up in the Lake District. We chose this site because we've come with the dogs and we wanted something that was dog friendly, which this site certainly is. And we also seen that it had like a shallow for dogs to swim in and paddle in, and from the pictures it looked perfect. And when we arrived, it really is. There is a shallow at one end and the dogs have had a whale of a time paddling down there. So in regards to the site, the approach road, so 2 approach roads in from the 595. The northern one is probably the better out of the 2, and probably could be documented on the website as being the one to come in on. So if you are watching this review, I would say take the one that's northern of the Esso garage that comes in towards the site, and it comes in past the Bridge pub. The site itself is clean and well laid out, and as I said earlier, in an idyllic location. There literally is a bubbling brook, and it's a major selling point. I'm sitting here listening to it now, and it's really, really soothing, really nice, and you can go and sit outside on the camping tables that they provide, the bench tables, and just sit there and take in the countryside. We're well away from any main roads, so passing traffic is the occasional visitor to the pub, which is across the brook, and tractors. So yeah, absolutely perfectly located if you want silence, as it were. Okay, so facilities. So they've got a shower block here, toilets, waste disposal, service pitches, etc. The showers are 50 pence for 10 minutes, just so you're pre-warned. It's not something that we found on the website, and it's the first time we've encountered it, I have to be honest, that you've had to pay for showers. But apparently it's the norm. The more northern you go, I don't know if that's a thing. Down south we certainly don't pay for it, but then our pitches maybe that little bit more, which is fine. But anyway, just to be pre-warned, 50p for 10 minutes, which is plenty to shower. Another small observation about the shower block is there's not really enough pegs for your items, as there's no benches in the showers, which again, another thing we're used to. You've only got a plastic stool, which is fine, for what you need to do, certainly from a lady's perspective. But you could do with more pegs to hang your items up, because you've got nowhere to put them down without them getting wet. So a few more pegs on the doors, I think, would be, an added bonus there. It has a laundrette, very reasonably priced. I think it's about £2 for half an hour. Again, we'll benefit from a sheet advising what the cost of each cycle would be, so that you know roughly that you've put enough money in for the cycle you've selected. We did return to a half-finished cycle, didn't have any more change and had to take it out on an empty drain. Our fault, we should have really understood the wording, but I think a list of cycles and their approximate cost would benefit in there. But again, it's great to have a laundrette on site, and it was invaluable to us. There's a pub directly across the road, across the stream, a 2-minute walk away from the site entrance. It's called the Bridge. Absolutely lovely food, deceptively large inside. And it's got a side area to the rear, outside side area that you can sit and eat. It's lovely to sit in the sunshine there and just take it all in. I've already mentioned, there's no passing traffic. We had a nice day where all the sheep were sort of wandering past in the morning. It's sort of nice thing to watch, but it just shows you how out in the countryside you really are. The sheep were just wandering down the road outside the campsite. Absolutely beautiful. The site itself is very clean, very well laid out, and the pitches are maintained. The grass is short. You've got all pitch types for camping on just grass, to electric or electric water and drainage. So you've got all pitch types. We went for fully serviced. We try to where we can. It's just more convenient. With mains hook up for the hose pipe, and straight into the caravan. So that was actually fantastic. A couple of small observations. When we arrived on this pitch, after we were sort of starting setting up, we noticed there was a bad drain smell coming from the waste, brown water, for the pitch. I don't know if there's a one-way valve there, or whether it's failing, or whether it just doesn't have one. But it was a hot summer's day, and it did smell on the first day. But it was localized to the pitch, you know, so I think that's something that maybe could be looked into and improved upon. We haven't complained about it, because I think we've either become nose blind as the week has gone on, or the smell has subsided. It's hard to know which, really, but it wasn't a deal breaker. You know, we didn't move pitch. We probably could have moved pitch. They had a couple available, and the guy was very nice about it, so he would have moved us had we gone and spoken to him, I'm sure. But you know, if they happen to read this review, it would be you know, a nice one to maybe go and check your drains for one-way valves. Tiny additional observations: the pitches are only really big enough for your caravan and your awning. If you haven't got an awning, then you can park your car down the side. But because the hedges sit in front on the grass, you have to park your cars across the front of the van here. I drove a Ford Ranger. It's 5.1 meters long, which is longer than the gap between the hedge this side and the hedge this side. So I've kind of had to tuck it in at an angle, and it's sticking out a bit at the front because the caravan can't go back far enough. But, you know, again, small observation. It's not something you can majorly change, but just be aware if you're driving a large vehicle with a large caravan that, you know, you will maybe hit that restriction. Again, the approach roads, I would say take the northern one and not the southern one, because it's better for caravans. Just a thing on location. So the site is located on West Cumbria. So we're near the sea, you know, some lovely beaches here to take the dogs and run on, and run amongst dunes, and they're never busy. It was never busy. We went there a couple of times, and there was just dog walkers there. It's almost like a dog walker's beach, but beautiful to go to. It's down by sort of some form of a Sellafield external plant location. But the if you want to go to places like Windermere or to Coniston Lake, they are an hour drive away. So just be aware that on this location, on the westernmost point of Cumbria, the lakes are a bit further away. That was my mistake. There's no reflection on the side store. There's plenty of things to do here. We've done waterfalls, we've done infinity pools, gone and looked around those. We've had some lovely walks. One of them, our favourites, was Giggle Walk, which is like a mile down the road. There's the Esk little steam railway that you can go on, which takes you down to Ravensbrook. I think it's called Ravensbrook. I might have got that name wrong, but yeah, it takes you down towards the coast, and there's a nice Roman ruins there that you can go and walk to, and then come back on the train. At the Eskdale side of things, you can go to some waterfalls and some more country walks. There's plenty to do on both ends of that railway, and I'd wholeheartedly recommend it as something to go out. It was a lovely trip through the countryside, and nice to sit on the train. And they do some lovely food at each end, cream cheese if you upgrade to a specialist package. Not something we did, but certainly there and is available. So plenty to do on this side of it, but just to be warned, this is I can see the light fading a little bit. Just to be warned, you are away from the lakes. But you know, we went and did Coniston Lake and Windermere in one day with the dogs, and you know, there's plenty of time to do it. It's not a massive distance away, and I think if you just plan your trips to be in the area on the same day, you won't have a problem. So yes, so the old post office at Santon Bridge, lovely site. You've probably seen some aerial footage of the site in that I would have edited in once I get back. But yeah, thank you for watching Touring Not Boring. I really would appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button. It is going to help me move the channel forward and to bring more people into it. It's not so much about the money, it's about obviously reaching more people. So if you could like and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. So I'm Andy, this is Touring Not Boring, and thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye bye.